Hello students, once again welcome to English Literature Classroom. Today my topic is The Sound Machine by Roald Dahl. Okay, this story I have been teaching since few days. Okay, and the book is the same book, Echoes, a collection of ISC short stories. This chapter is for class 12. Okay, now let me recap a little. The story starts with Losner, a man obsessed with science, invents a sound machine to capture the sounds which are inaudible to the human ear. Clear? Dr. Scott visits Losner and he tells the doctor about his invention. But the doctor is not convinced that the machine made by Losner could register sound inaudible to man. Now let's start from page number 104. Okay, page number 104. Let's start from here. For a while longer, Losner found about the wires in the black box. Then he straightened up. Okay, what did he do? He straightened up the wire and in soft, excited whisper said, "Now we will try again. We will take it out into the garden this time." Okay, now what has Losner decided? To take the box out in the garden and then perhaps the reception will be later. Lift it up now carefully. Oh my God, it's heavy. The box is too heavy. Okay, he carried the box to the door, found that he could not open the door. Okay, now what did he find? He could not open the door. Without putting it down, carried it back, put it on the bench. Where did he put the box? On the bench. Opened the door and then carried it with some difficulty into the garden. He placed the box carefully on a small wooden table. Where did he place the box? On a small wooden table that stood on the lawn. He returned to the shed and faced a pair of earphones. He plugged the wire connection from the earphone into the machine. Okay, he plugged the wire connection from the earphone into the machine and put the earphone over his ears. The movement of his hands were quick and precise. He was excited. Okay, he was very excited. Breathed loudly and quickly through his mouth. He kept on talking to himself with little words of comfort and encouragement, as though he were afraid. Okay, now why was he afraid? Afraid that the machine might not work, and afraid also that what might happen if it did. He stood there in the garden beside the wooden table. Okay, he stood there in the garden beside the wooden table, so pale, small, and thin that he looked like an ancient, consumptive, bespectacled child. The sun had gone down. Okay, by now the sun had gone down. There was no wind sound at all. From where he stood, he could see over a low fence into the next garden, and there was a woman working. Who was working? A woman was working down the garden with a flower basket. What was the woman carrying? The woman was carrying a flower basket. Where was the woman carrying the flower basket? On her arm. He watched her for a while without thinking about her at all. Okay, now Losner watched that woman for a while without thinking about her at all. Then he turned to the box on the table and pressed a switch on its front. Okay, what did he do? He turned to the box on the table, okay, and pressed a switch on its front, okay, and pressed a switch on the front of the box on the table and pressed a switch onto the front. He put his left hand on the volume control and his right hand on the knob, okay, that moved a needle across the large central dial, the wavelength dial for radio. Dial was marked with many numbers, okay, in a series of bands starting at 15,000 and going on up to 1 million. Clear? Up to this much, and in my next video, I will continue with this chapter. Until then, goodbye.